Honestly, there's a lot of things I've been patient to waiting to see. All right, I think I'm gonna put a stamp on this world. All right, I think I'm gonna paint the town red or something. I'm gonna myth bust the shit out of so many things. I'm gonna be like, that's not true. It's better than that. It's better, right? So much Mythbuster is going to happen, I think. All right, if God gives me the strength or whatever. It's always about God giving me the strength. But I want to, right? I just could stretch out and breathe. Oh no, he's not like that. But I'm not. I won't be able to convince you. You'll just have to see. This is why he says, "Come and follow me." Right? Oh, I thought he was like that too. But then he shows you that he's not, and then okay. But you have to like figure that. You have to see that for yourself. All right, you have to see that for yourself, and then what's gonna happen? See, I always thought I wasn't gonna live this long or something, right? I could never see the future for myself. I think it was always hidden from me, and that made me quite feeling afraid. Look, I don't see a future for myself. You have any plans? Plans for the future? No. None. Zero. I don't even know. I can't see it. I never was able to really see it. But now, it's exciting that I can't see it or something. I think it's exciting that I can't see it. I'm just like, what is this? Why am I on the internet? The internet. Why? And how come I haven't blown up yet? What the hell's that about? I've been doing this shit for like 2 years. 2.5. So do I want to blow up on TikTok now? It's about to be taken down. And part of me is like, yeah, let's let this crash and burn. I'm ready to move on anyway. Whatever it looks like. Cut it off. But you think about yourself in your life, because I'm going to start to relate to people now. You think it's like this, and you're walking along, do, and then God comes into the picture and everything changes. And you think everything's going to be rosy right away. Maybe it is. Maybe there's like the honeymoon phase or something, right? Well, that's my experience too, in a sense. And then he grabs you and he takes you back to hell. But we just left hell. Why do you want to go back? We got to go back through hell. I'm like, oh my God. Why? But after a couple of years of walking, you're like, oh, I could have never seen this before. I had to follow you to like come into knowing of this. Like you couldn't just like tell me about this. I probably wouldn't have signed up for it. I would have said, I'm out of here. But he got me. He got me. I was like, I need love. I need love. Where's my daddy? I need love. And he said, I'll love you. And I'm like, oh my God, I was made for this. And then boom, that's it. He got me. I started to walk with him, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, as you're walking with him, you start to learn things. You start to know things you couldn't know unless you were on the walk. It's like it takes stepping out of the boat to see that Peter had the doubt that made him sink, where he needed God, right? It wasn't that he doubted and that was like bad. No, because he was never lacking, right? He just needed to believe, and he needed Jesus to produce that in him. But he had to step out of the boat. I step out of the boat with God and I'm like, oh damn, I'm not capable at all. I don't know the way. I don't even want to go anywhere. I don't want to do any of this. What is going on with me? What is happening? And look, by all means, I don't even know what's happening with me right now or what has happened. But I'm saying this, preface this, framework the video is you're not going to know until you walk a little while. Because you were like literally brought into a new world. Right? You leave the former things behind. And I'm not talking about just the material things. I'm not talking about your mom. I'm not talking about your dad. Okay? Don't leave them, but you know what I mean? It's not that. You leave, I mean, it might be that. But you leave your former way of thinking. That was the container of your understanding, which is everything you knew and everything you could see. And everything you believed that was true. You walk with God and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Spiritual warfare comes in, you're just like, what is this? This is a thing? What happened to praising Jesus in the stadiums and shit? Just, yeah, gonna keep praising God. It's like, yeah. And then It just kind of mellows down, just kind of dies down a little bit, and then yeah, spiritual warfare, that's a thing. Oh my goodness. And you feel like, you're like, this is bad. I'm doing something wrong. It's like, that's the reaction that you're supposed to have. Because whatever you believe that is true, that isn't true, gets pulled out whenever you go through spiritual warfare. Look like an insane person on here. This might be my new thing. You don't know anything about this until you experience it. You experience it on the walk. You're like, holy shit, there's a lot of spiritual warfare. What is all this? When does this end? What's the purpose of this? Why do I feel like this? I've never felt so naked and afraid. Should be on that reality show. So I don't need the cameras. I'm just feel it all the time. You're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. And you don't know what it is. You're constantly looking at things. You look at your reflection in the mirror. You're like, I don't even know who this person is. Have I ever known who this person is? I feel like everything I knew about this person in the mirror was distorted. It's almost like this mirror has been distorted. I haven't been able to see myself. I've been hidden from myself. What? Spiritual warfare has shown me my weakness. What? These things that you can't just teach in a classroom. You can't just be like, oh, this is what you're going to go through. No, because it hits you so close to home. You special little person. It's going to hit you so close to home. It's like God knows exactly where to press those buttons. Those buttons. Your buttons. My buttons are my buttons. Your buttons are your buttons, okay? My buttons are close to... Alright, enough with that. Too close to home. Yours are too close to home. We don't have the same buttons. But God knows where to press each single one of them. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't know you knew me like that. And I kind of wish you didn't. Damn. Why you read me like a book? Ugh. And you just walk along. You're just like, oh my God, like, don't I need this? Don't I need this? And he's like, no, all you need is faith. And you have no idea what that means. You have no idea what that means. You start to unlearn everything you knew about what that means. As he strips and cuts and prunes and takes all the things away. And you're like, oh my God, all I need is faith. But it took me losing everything to know that all I need is faith. Because I had no conception of what this was actually going to look like and be like before the walk. I think this is just why he's just like, follow me. It's an adventure. It's an adventure. Oh, and I've had quite the adventure, friends. Oh, and you've had quite the adventure too, I'm sure. I'm still having quite the adventure. I kind of want it to end though, my God. Right? It's just like a roller coaster. And the thing is, you're like, I just want to get off. I'm going to get off. You can't. You're not going to be able to. Right? He's writing your days. So he knows the days you're going to be down. And the days that you're going to feel down about being down, and the days that you're going to believe that you should be up when you're not up, and all the things about that. Again, your buttons. He's going to press them. All the things that are so close to home that you didn't know anything. Right? Oh, damn. Why'd you poke me there? That hurts so bad. So bad. And he's like, I'm going to cut this off. You're like, no, I need that. I've been using that my whole life. I need that. And now, trusting God is a reality. It's real. Like you're in it. You're out of the boat. You're not out of the boat until you're out of the boat. You just say yes to the journey, I guess. But the things that are revealed to you along the way, you don't have the conception for them when you first begin. That's why your conception has to change. Right? The proximity to light, you being in darkness, the stretching of your understanding, all of these things preparing you to be able to see in a way that you've never been able to see before, to learn a language that you've never understood before, being prepared for new eyes and new ears, being able to walk different. All of it is different. It's all different. No wonder the Bible, is it the Bible? I don't even know. Says we're a peculiar people. How could you not be peculiar? When you got God, the God who knows how to press every single button, is like, oh yeah, spiritual warfare, this is good. Take some more of this. Use the devil as my dust bunner. What are those things? The vacuums? Anyway, whatever. But eventually, right? It gets Good? Question mark. Good. It's worth it. I feel like I want to twitch out like a robot. Like I don't quite know